Hello guys, hope you are doing good. If you are new here, my name is Ravi and today I am going to review this book called Indistractable by Nir Eyal. This is a very good book if you are struggling to focus on your important tasks and if you get easily distracted by so many things like from your phone and your desktop or any kind of your internal triggers or your external triggers that makes you distracted from doing your important task. So this is a very must read books, and today I'm going to talk about this book and some of the tips and lessons that I learned from this book and wanted to share with you guys so that you can also be more focused on your daily tasks, on your important tasks. So there are two behaviors that Nir Eyal talks about in the book, and that is distraction and traction. Distraction that we all already know is the thing that we really wanted to do, and distraction keeps us away from doing those tasks. And the other hand, traction is really opposite from distraction. Traction, what it does is it really mainly focuses on the things that we really wanted to do. So traction keeps us and it leads us towards our goals from that day. And these behaviors, distraction and traction, are prompted by triggers. And there are two types of triggers in the book. First is internal triggers and the second is external triggers. So internal triggers that are really within us, like when we hungry, we might go and eat food, and when we are feeling very cold, we might wear a warm cloth, and when we feel like very sad and lonely, so we might call a friend or a family member to talk to. These are our internal triggers. And the other hand, external triggers is that we already know, our mobile phones or our laptop or our desktop TV or video games. So the notifications from our phones that triggers us to use the phone, and the message from WhatsApp that really wanted us to reach to our phone and use it. These are called external triggers, and these external triggers are very bad. The apps and the design of the apps and the sounds, the notification all the time, these are really hijacking our attention and our precious time. And what Nir Eyal shares is there are 4 types of steps that we can really use to become indistractable, to become more focused and hack back our attention and do the really important tasks that we really wanted to do. So there are 4 steps and he shares in the book. So that is the really we can use to hack back our attention. So the first step is to master internal triggers. So we are always try to find out the pleasure and comfort in whatever task we are doing. And when we find out that this task is very whenever I'm doing this task, I'm really feeling good and feeling really comfort. So we are always try to repeating that task to get that reward. We tend to blame the social media and the video games and the apps in our phone for distraction, but the real thing is these are all the proximate causes of our distraction. And unless we really find out the root cause of our distraction, we'll continue to find out the different ways to keep busy, to keep distracted to ourselves. And these are all the distractions that keeps us away from doing the main things. And unless we really find out what is distraction and how we should really respond to it, all the motivation is a desire to escape discomfort. And if you really find out your previous task or if your previous behavior you found that doing a very relief, you will more likely to continue doing that task as a tool to escape discomfort. And if you are really be aware of what drives you to that behavior, you can really handle or you can really manage and take steps to handle your behaviors. If we want to master distraction, we must learn how to deal with discomfort, and we can really do that by managing our behaviors and our actions and how we really think about them, and by doing rearranging our thoughts and the tasks and the triggers that pulls us, and that is very helpful. The second step is make time for traction. And the traction is something that the things that we really wanted to do, it draws us towards the most important task in our life. And we have to manage our time, and the thing is it is more really important to how we spend our time, on which things we spend our time. And sometimes we unintentionally spend too much time on unnecessary things in our life. By setting a specific time schedule for all of our important tasks, that is the only way to avoid distraction, and that is the only a way to differentiate between traction and distraction. And we can't call something distraction unless we know what is distracting us from doing the task. We always think that we can solve our distraction problems by getting more done on each minute, but the problem is we are not giving us the more time to do that task that we have already decided to do. And that is the main problem that I really noticed. And the success is only measured by what you have say you really do, but that is the the reason we can't get ourselves to do that specific task, because we don't really give us the time that really wanted to do. The next step is hack back external triggers. So for example, let's say you are fully concentrated with your most important task and you suddenly heard a notification from your phone, and you reached out to check out the notification, and you suddenly heard another notification sound from your friend saying, hey, how are you? And you get into chatting with him, and by the time you notice the half an hour passed and you really wasted half an hour. So you have been distracted from doing your most important task. And this is really happening to all of us every day. And the social media platforms, the networks that we are all using, it's really hijacking our attention, and it's really manipulating our behavior. The more we respond to these external triggers, the more we train our brains to this never-ending stimulus response loop, and we are always training our minds to respond quickly, to respond instantly. And this is the real problem, and that is why we really can't get focused to what's front of us or what's most important task from that day that we really wanted to do, because we are constantly getting distracted from these external triggers. We can't do our best work if these external triggers keeps holding us back and keeps distracting us from doing the important task in our life. We have to ask ourselves, is this trigger serving me or am I serving it? Because then we can hack back the external triggers that don't serve us. The last step is prevent distraction with PACTS. And Neeriyal shares 3 PACTS that we can use in our life to to doing the task or doing the behavior that we are really want to do, but some of the reason we are more likely that we can't able to do it and we have to do some extra work. So in that situation we can really use these 3 PACTS, and that are really helpful, useful if we can really use it. So the first PACT is effort PACT, and this prevents distraction by making unwanted behaviors more difficult to do. So for example, if we are put our phone in a safe locker box, and that locker box has a specific time on it, and if we have to get our phone, the only chances are we have to break that locker case or we have to buy a new phone. But we are more or less likely to buy a new phone because that's cost a new extra effort to make, and we are more or less likely to doing that. The second is price pact. So this is very interesting, because in this, if we don't able to do the specific task that we have say we will do, we have to pay this certain amount of money to a friend or a family member, whatever we have decided to. So this is very interesting, because this is very powerful to do if we are say that I will do that specific task on that specific time, and if we are unable to do it, we have to pay the certain amount of money. And the last is identity pact. So this is something that you tell everyone who you are and what you don't do. So for example, if you are going to eat vegetarian, and if you are avoid eating meat, so you go tell everyone, your friends or your family members, that you are going to be vegetarian and you are avoid eating meat. So this is something that you go tell everyone, like what you are deciding to do. So you are identifying yourself, this is what I'm trying to do, or this is that I don't want to do. So you are tell everyone and you are identifying yourself. And this is the 3 packs that we can use to perform any task or any action, and that encourages us to do that, and we can use this task, and this is very helpful for everyone. So you can use this task in your daily life. So these are the 4 steps that you can use to avoid distraction in your life and be more focused and be more attention towards what you are doing, what's really meaningful to you, your most important task. And I highly recommend you to read this book, Indistractable. And in this book there are more, from how to hack back your emails, how to hack back your smartphones, how to arrange your app so that they can no distraction to you. So I highly recommend you to read this book and check it out if you haven't read it. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video, and comment down your favorite books, whatever you are reading currently. And yeah, subscribe to this channel, and I talk to you guys to the next one.